Why should I learn open source software when hardly anyone in industry uses it? And how it will help me to develop my skills which can help me in real engineering industries?
See, different CAD and FEM softwares use different commands and interfaces, but they all apply the same engineering fundamentals to achieve the desired results. And as engineers, we should focus on learning how theoretical engineering concepts are applied in a CAD environment to achieve the desired results rather than the interfaces and commands used in a specific software to achieve the same. Let's take an example. Creating a fully constrained sketch in 2D is a fundamental requirement, as without it we cannot build a stable CAD model. Whether we use FreeCAD, CATIA, NX or SolidWorks, the goal is the same, achieving a fully defined sketch. The focus here should be first on answering questions like what is the meaning of constraints, how constraints work in 2D or 3D CAD environment, and the most important, why to constrain, or what can go wrong if a 2D sketch is not fully constrained. Then comes the second sort of questions, which are the questions like how to constrain a sketch in SolidWorks, or which commands to use in NX to constrain a sketch. This questions should come only after one completely understands the answer to the first set of questions above. This understanding will not only help to understand any CAD software better, but also to switch between different softwares if required. The advantage of open source software is that you can learn the application of engineering fundamentals in a CAD environment without paying for expensive software licenses or the costly training courses which mainly focus on the commands and interfaces rather than the applied engineering. At the end of the day, it's not about the software itself, it's about understanding the engineering behind it.
Okay, now tell me, commercial CAD and FEM softwares are already free for students at many universities. So why should students learn open source softwares?
First of all, commercial CAD or FEM software is not available at every university, just to be clear. Even when it is available, student licenses often come with limitations in features, project size or accessibility after students finish their studies and come out of universities. With open source software, students can install and use the tools anytime, anywhere without worrying about the license restrictions. And more importantly, learning open source tools helps students focus on engineering concepts and workflows that can later be transferred to other commercial software as well.
Open source software has weaker user interface which make it difficult to learn and use. What do you think about that?
That's a very good question. See, that may have been true in the past, but things have changed significantly. Today, there are several open source tools with modern and easy user interfaces that can compete with the commercial softwares. We can say FreeCAD is a very good example in CAD modeling, and ProCADE is a good example in finite element analysis simulation. The most important thing is not whether a tool is open source or commercial, but whether it allows engineers to work efficiently and achieve their goals.
Thank you for clarifying it. This is the most common misunderstanding amongst users. I think open source platforms have some limitations like unstable or crash frequently. What is your view about that?
Yes, that's true. Open source softwares do have certain limitations compared to some commercial solutions. However, these tools are continuously improving through regular updates and active development. By following some best practices, tricks, and using stable software versions, many of these issues can be minimized and in most cases also even avoided.
If open source are so useful and there are lots of advantages, then why people are not using it?
See, one of the main reasons is the lack of structured training courses in open source tools like FreeCAD and ProCAD. For many commercial software packages, there are established training providers, certifications, and learning paths. But in the open source world, this is still missing or scattered across different sources. As a result, many people know these tools exist, but they don't know where or how to learn them in a professional, structured, and useful manner.
Okay. Now, the big question is that where can people learn open source engineering tools? Are there any platform or training provider you can recommend?
Like YouTube videos, they can be very helpful. However, the challenge is that most people are not looking to learn an entire software package from scratch in general. They usually have specific requirement or problem, feature, or workflow they want to understand and use. Finding that specific information can often take a lot of time and effort, and it may happen that people still don't get what they look for. How many times have you seen an hour-long video on YouTube and still didn't get the information you need? That's why structured training courses customized as per one's requirement can be very valuable. The company ProCADE GmbH, besides providing engineering services, also offers training courses for open source CAD or FEM tools. What is particularly useful at ProCADE GmbH is that it provides customized training, meaning people can focus on exactly the topics they need for their projects and workflows. This makes the training courses very focused and compact, making them more useful, cheap, and time-saving for the clients. The training is available in both English and German and is designed to make learning more practical and efficient. For anyone looking for a structured way to learn open source CAD or FEM, ProCADE GmbH is a place to start.